Good morning, folks. My wife is traveling this week, and I tried to give myself a haircut this morning, and I don't think I did a very good job, but oh well. We went up to Mansfield, Ohio yesterday and checked out an Edwards Ironworker. The whole point was trying to understand how well they shear. So we're going to do a whole video on it, but I think it's going to be still useful both for machining projects, but also fabrication. The folks from Geeka are coming today. They're bringing a show truck with a big machine on it. I think honestly it's going to be more. I don't think I can justify the increased price, but they were in the area, so I said, hey, let's check it out. We honestly have been distracted this week. It's okay because it's, I think, necessary part of the growth, but this tooling thing has like gotten out of control. Folks from Kennametal were calling in because they were trying to understand what happened, and then the Sandvik guy came by and he brought tools, samples, these books, which is cool. Then the Sandvik distributor came by, which is a different guy, and he dropped off these inexpensive import calipers for us to try out. You know, and it's good, and sometimes it's exciting to see people now all of a sudden want your business, but at the end of the day, it can be distracting. You got to balance all of that. The Seco guys came by too, and I got to say right now for sure, the Seco guy and the Sandvik guy, I like them the best. They seem to just be level-headed, really good. I really like that. It's funny though, because so we have a job that came in and I needed a tool that I knew Micro 100 would have a good version of, and we've never really bought their tooling before. So long story short, found the local distributor. He put me in touch with their Idaho applications engineer. He found the part that I wanted. We agreed it would work. And then I'm like, okay, I'd like to buy it. And then he sends me back to the distributor or somebody in Ohio who can't even sell it to me. He's got to send it to somebody else. And I'm like, guys, get with the program, man. It took a day or two on my end to figure out what the right tool was, but to then take another 2 or 3 days and bounce it between 2 or 3 people and companies and accounts to get a tool, someone's going to blow this out of the water and get a direct model. Or someone was joking in the comments, sell tools on Amazon.com or something like that. I know some of them are available on MSC, but I don't know, there's something that I find I guess McMaster's website is so good that MSC's just drives me nuts. I wanted to mention, we now that I'm moving the camera around, we're gonna buy a gimbal and switch to our GoPro for these chip breaks. So I was doing research and I was actually pretty surprised that there weren't more YouTube reviews of GoPro gimbals. I know John Grimsmo's got the Feiyu one and he likes it, but it's a year or two old, and there's a better one, I think from DJI. I'll put a couple links in the video description, but if anyone has any firsthand experience, honestly, this is like a $200 or $300 item where it's enough money that I kind of want to research it, but we're so busy that I'd love to see if somebody has hey, John, this is the one you want, just buy it and move on with it. One of the things I wanted to mention, so we drove up to Mansfield yesterday. That's about 70 miles each way. So for you guys that are running small businesses out of your home, you need to get an accountant because you need to do this all correctly. But as a general rule, if you're using a personal vehicle for a legitimate business trip like that to go check out a machine, that's deductible pursuant to, in the US, IRS tax mileage things. I forget what it is, like 54 cents a mile or something, but that adds up. 140 miles, I like that because it's basically cash-free tax deductions. I was going to make that trip because I needed to, period. So that, is a deduction that I can take legitimately that reduces the tax burden on my company. That's the same thing as making money. So definitely talk to an accountant or get smart. You will save money, and in the long run, it's a good thing to do. I have a question. We are going to talk about new machines here soon. One of the machines that we would like to get would be a big lathe with live tooling. Here's my question. When you have a lathe with live tooling, the live tool holders are really expensive, like $5,000 or more per tool holder. So if I only have 2 radial tool holders and I want to take a shaft, do I have a shaft around here? Yeah, so let's say you've got this sort of piece chucked up in the lathe and you turn it and so forth, and then you want to drill a hole through this radially through the part and then tap it. Normally you would spot it first especially because it's round and the spot can be your chamfer and deburr, and then drill it and then tap it. That would require 3 radial tool holders. So is that the answer? You need a third, or how do you guys handle that? The only thing I could think of is maybe you could buy like a custom drill that drilled and included the countersink. Very curious to see what you guys say on that. And then I wanted to mention, the last thing was going kind of back to the Micro 100 thing and how we, the question we get so often, which is how do you grow your business, or how do I get business and get started? And folks, here's the number one thing: return phone calls and emails and be prompt and responsive. I cannot tell you, I called a company last week to order a sign. They never called me back. I can't tell you how many companies we call, or offers that we express interest in immediately purchasing something and they just don't call back. It is so easy. When a customer emails you in, get them a quote. If you can't get them a quote, let them know. Be in communication with them. The reason this is so easy is that everyone else is so bad at this and so lazy that just doing it pretty well is going to put you in like the top 5%. We're not perfect. I get a little bit behind. I told one guy I'd have a quote to him Sunday night, and I realized this morning that I didn't do that, and that upsets me. I need to do a better job at keeping track of some of that stuff, but people say customer service and treat the customer well and blah, blah, blah. It gets a little worn out and cliche, but this is true. Respond to people, communicate with them, make them feel important. It works. So with that, we are going to get some work done before the Geeka folks arrive with that Ironworker. See you soon. Almost forgot, I wanted to mention. Adam Booth sent in this project here, this drawing, and he said, John, it would be really helpful to have this in Fusion 360, I think both as a CAD model, but also as a drawing. There's the part right there. So I thought, hey, that's a perfect Fusion Friday. A relatively simple part. We'll model it up and then we'll make a drawing as well. So stay tuned, hopefully this Friday for that.